Yeah! Woo!
Well, you caught me by surprise there.
Oh yeah, welcome to the LeafCast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I'm currently walking across the room so lightly as to not crush any glass.
Nice. And I'm Ryan's brother Dan, and murder was the least of joyous crimes. She should have been bowed down under her weight of broken oaths, blasted lives, and blighted souls. And this is the LeafCast, and we have the way of the leaf.
Yes, and this is episode 65. Yes.
What?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we've done 64 episodes.
Wow.
Already?
Again.
Hats off to you, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Gents.
And,
Puppets.
and we are covering chapters 3 through 5 of The Shadow Rising. All right.
That is correct, and we're gonna whip through these because we're gonna make this a shorter show. We do have a hard out, so
Cool.
we are gonna jump in. This is a parent point of view. This is right after all the nonsense that happened, where Perrin was attacked by his axe, Matt was attacked by his playing cards, Rand was attacked by himself.
My favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The crazy scene.
And I'm dancing
The
with
MC-isher
myself.
crazy.
Billy Adamson. So Perrin and Fael are walking down to go meet Rand. They're passing by people. Apparently, Perrin's eyes kind of glow in the dark, guys.
They get a little freaked out by that, don't they?
It says his eyes glowed like burnished gold in the murky lanes of Hall. Jesus Christ! In the murky lanes of Hall.
Murthy. It might be Murthy too.
Murky.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Do wolves' eyes glow? I don't. Do wolves' eyes actually glow? I've never seen it like a wolf at night. Do they kind of glow?
I don't. I wish that I could say that I have a good story about like facing a wolf in the eyes at night and seeing those glowing eyes for you, Dan. Brother Dan, I wish I had that story for you, but I don't.
Look at right there. My eyes are glowing.
Oh, they are. That's true.
Yeah, no, I think if you take a picture of them, they get that kind of that red eye glare.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe that's.
Yeah.
I don't know. But his is low, man.
Don't look
like
too close.
He's looking down the ground in between like lighted areas because he doesn't want people to see his glowing eyeballs.
Don't notice, please. Don't notice.
Don't look at me. Hey, don't look at my glowing eyeballs. Jesus. That's a blessing and a curse.
It is in disguise. I don't know what you're talking about. I know that when my freaking like case on my thingy, glows at night, it's like my earphones. They like I'm like, oh, there they are.
She's got glow. Let me.
Across the room.
She's got glow in the dark earphone case. Yep.
I do,
Right.
and I still can't
Find them.
Nope.
Yeah, it's actually true, but that wasn't the point.
That's all right.
The point was that it's really cool to see you in the dark. Whatever you can.
See, but I'm imagining like they're playing like some game. Like it's like, all right, everyone close your eyes, and it's like kind of dark in the room. They're like, Perrin, you're obviously peeking because his glowing eyeballs.
Yeah. They're like two little.
Everyone count to 10. And he's like, wow.
They're like
Why
fucking.
would I do that?
They're like little mini lighthouses.
Yeah.
I'm not clear on the rules.
Hey,
But they're just shining through his hands.
brother Dan, what is that stealthing game we used to play?
Hide and seek.
No, on the PS3.
Oh, like Hitman.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anyways, I'll remember. They had created those cones of light that would be moving around, and if you had, all you had to do is just avoid the cone of light, and you were good.
Yeah,
know what you're talking about, Ryan.
Yeah, you can't see. Yeah, that might have been an early Hitman. I don't know. Hitman.
Speaking of Hitman, Jesus.
Ooh, Nielsen.
What is this?
Yeah.
Just don't click on it, anyone.
Headspin.
Yeah.
IG comes in with a rescue.
It's
Mogador?
space dot
Google
site.
it. Listen to Josh.
Like and subscribe, would you?
I know this guy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna keep spamming us, just at least give us a sub.
Yeah, come on, man.
Golly.
All right, so Perrin has a little interaction with a High Lord named High Lord Torian, who seems to be kind of flirting with, or kind of giving the eye, looking up and down at Fael. Perrin's like, fuck you, buddy.
He says, no, I'm not in a daddy kind of way. He's all like puff-chested. Yeah, and this is an interesting turn of events, I thought.
He says,
Terrio,
quote,
like we saw them getting closer, right? But like he was like,
right. He says, quote, he was looking at you as if he wanted to dawdle you on his knee, and I do not mean like a father. And she's like, I can take care of myself.
I said daddy, but yeah.
But we do have our first drinking obligation because still, quote, still, she did not sound entirely displeased. Apparently jealousy is a good thing. All right, let's drink to that. All right, thanks, RJ.
Thanks, RJ. We're learning a lot.
Oh, did I forget my drink?
There's a pretty poignant line here where Perrin himself says, maybe being a friend of the Dragon Reborn isn't as much protection as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're overstaying their welcome a little bit, perhaps. They've been there a couple weeks. They took over the place. All right, yeah. Rand staying in like the palace, the presidential suite that hasn't been used ever in 1,000 years because no one could qualify. But
I love
he's
that.
staying there. Yeah.
Presidential suite.
The King's Chambers it was, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
what
got a
do you
bidet.
think about that? What do you think about that?
What?
Well, like they make a point to point that out, and
he's
then they're
staying in
also
the King's
pointing out that people are starting to like not like him, and he's might. Are they linked? Like, was that like a bad move or something? Like,
I don't know. Lots of people don't like people of power.
yeah,
I mean, they got unseated by Rand. Why would he? Why, and he hasn't taken them to war like the rich kids were talking about to Matt. So is it surprising that they're disappointed, or I don't know? It doesn't seem surprising.
Or is it mundane that they're disappointed? I mean, those are the two options. Surprised? Mundane
Or
about
mundane.
the situation. I don't know. Maybe not. Underwhelmed.
Well, Moraine herself says, you know what? People don't fear what they're familiar with. And you're starting to get pretty familiar here, buddy.
Right.
Apparently,
He is,
yeah. Maureen's like, the more they fear you, the better it's going to be. Hi, Todd! Reno,
Toddrick.
Hi, Todd.
Jeez.
Right.
No, he's official.
Love it.
His job is to fill in the tan lines.
Beth Weston, I see in chat, and I'm not supposed to actually see chat, but it happens to be up on my screen tonight.
Yeah.
So, hi,
No,
and don't spoil shit.
No, you're allowed to see Chats.
Am I?
They're good. They're spoiler free. Should be.
They're good. I mean, I know they're good. They're always amazing. Like, that's no question.
But are they good?
But are they good? And
I mean, you can be amazing and kind of be like, not so good.
Past chapter thought.
Right. So Perrin walks to the place, and Fael's like, you know what? I don't actually want to meet him. You're the best by Yes, boom.
We don't want to skip the Barrelane getting grabbed by Torian. I mean, is the implication there that he sent her?
Wait.
Why does he grab her arm and talk at her in a torrent?
Well,
Something about
said there was
overstepping herself, right?
Overstepping herself in her pride, and something else that seemed to be Torian offering her his protection.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just like, look at you, you little hussy. It didn't work. I don't know. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, so did it work? You little hussy.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
We only get little flitting bits of the conversation, so.
She is the first of Maine, which is its own country. It's right up there. So I don't know who has more sway necessarily, the first of Maine or a High Lord, but he does grab her and she like kind of puts him in his place and is like, fuck you. He sniffs his rag again and then bolts.
You know, or could it have been, you know, the classic airplane scene where he says, get a hold of yourself, and then smacks him. And if that didn't work, someone else is going to go up and grab her and say, get a hold of yourself, and smack her. And then there's going to be a line of people.
And then you get a hold of yourself. And then you get a hold of yourself.
Stop panicking.
And you. Right?
Fael says about Bear Lane, she says that one is not interested in hunting a bear. However, fine, his hide would look stretched on a wall. She hunts the sun. And Perrin's like, bear? The sun? What are you talking about? She's like, I gotta go. Bye. He's like, what the fuck? Right?
Yeah.
He's like, S-O-N?
So that's a metaphor for Rand being the sun and a bear being Torian?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would think.
I mean, I read it.
Explain yourself.
How do you hunt the sun, though? Yeah.
What?
Well, the sun is the highest thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the dragon reborn. A bear is just another hairy man in this case.
God damn, I gotta compete with the sun now.
And
And what? Okay.
right, and
yeah,
and fine,
continue. Okay,
fine. That's where you're gonna end, hairy man.
No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, it's like I assume that she's making a comparison between saying, "Oh, she's not going to go for Torian." I don't know how to spell the guy's name. Torian. He's not high enough. He's not high enough of a prize. She seeks the sun.
Johnson needs to be here.
She parents, you know, so I thought this was that's what I thought as well, Dana Lou, that she wasn't a threat to Perrin or to Fael because Perrin was the bear.
I see. Okay. That's another way to interpret it too, yeah.
And in fact, she's like, oh, Perrin, sometimes I believe it is your innocence I enjoy most of all. And that unreliable narrator thing, he says, quote,
oh my God.
Sure enough, traces of laughter silvered her voice.
A bear is a hairy man. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just really thankful that Dana Lou came in with the bear thing because that clarified everything, because that's actually how I read it, and I was not sure what you were talking about before then.
So, reading it as filling your eyes, Fael asked softly, intent on Bear Lane, wondering what had driven her so near the brink. He spoke without thinking. She smelled of, and then we get the interruption of the thought, right? So yeah, easy enough to interpret it as Perrin being the bear.
She says, I don't care if she smelled of Essence of Dawn, which is capitalized. Is that a perfume?
Perfume, yeah.
Okay.
Well, wait.
Presumably.
It's right. It's decided, right?
Okay, yeah, that's canon. Like, so you just buy Essence of Dawn, like that. Like Patton Fane had that next to the spools of thread. He had some Essence of Dawn.
There's a black and white commercial of someone riding a horse in slow motion on the beach.
Yeah, on the beach.
And it's like Essence of Dawn by Calvin Klein.
I've had
next to the snake oil.
No, so Fael
on the same shelf,
bolts. Bear Lane bolts. Everyone bolts. Perrin's walking through. There's a bunch of defenders there. He just walks past them. No big deal. I got glowing eyeballs, guys. Plus my best friend. Do you guys know my best friend? The guy's in the king's quarters right there. I'm gonna go see him. But there's 6 maidens of the spear also guarding his quarters. The
Maidens
inner
of the
sanctum.
spear.
And they walk up and they're like, sorry, bud, you can't go. They're pointing the spear right at him. Perrin takes Bane, grabs her by the arms, picks her up, and moves her out of his way.
Isn't even looking, and I'm so sorry to even.
Yeah, no, real quick, Joshy.
Brother Dan, but Joshy.
Benjamin Reno, I love you more and more every day.
Perfect.
But I'm finding I'm finding him hard to bear.
Oh, God. Oh, you.
Yes.
You.
Yes.
You.
I'm barely starting.
You.
There's Bear all.
Bear.
Yeah.
Guys, another drinking obligation. While
Thank God.
Perrin is thinking, he was offered to play Maidens of the Spear, and he's just had some weird encounters with women in the last 2 minutes, let's say. He had Fio, he doesn't know what's going on. He picks a girl up and moves her, even though they're like spears pointing at his throat. And he says, quote, Tom was right. A man could go crazy trying to understand women of any nation and any station in life. That was what Tom said. So, you know what?
God, that's so true.
Let's do it. Yeah, I know, right? All
Right? Like,
So
right? Like, how do
obligation.
you not already drink, but like that? Yeah, obviously, but like that's profound statement.
But the mains like his moxie. They're like, oh, that's fucking weird. You just picked up one of our sisters. That's awesome. Go on in.
They're pretty fucking cool. So is parent. This is great.
Go on in with your glowing fucking eyeballs. So he goes in and Rand is weeded out. He's
I feel
just
like that's not Moxie that happened there. That felt
Oh.
like something else.
That seemed like the definition
You
of
think it was just
moxie.
Moxie?
Hey,
Just Moxie?
she had a
You're
spear to
Moxie.
his throat. She had a spear
And
to his
he's
throat
like, hey,
this.
baby.
And he's just like, move.
Let me go.
Yes, thank you, MrHowley. Essence of Dawn. By Kevin
How do you purchase that? I want
He
that.
gets in and fucking Rand is
The
fucked up.
Essence of Dawn.
He's all just head to toe blood. It says, quote, he looked as if he had taken a bath in blood.
It's terrifying.
Horrifying.
Scene. Really horrifying scene. I was really scared by this. I thought,
Rand's like,
wow,
go,
if I
get more in.
walked in on a friend of mine and I have probably, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, if I had, that'd be weird and super scary, and that must be terrifying. What a traumatic event!
Yes.
Right. He walks in.
fucked
His real good friend is completely fucked up. The room is completely fucked up. All the mirrors are everything reflective seems to have been broken.
No,
There's just
puddle of blood.
Yeah, gross. A bath
Already
of
drying.
blood. Yeah.
Bath of blood. He just is. There's nothing.
He's got glass still sticking in him.
Yes, he still has glass still sticking in. There's nothing that indicates that he is not like dying rapidly.
I mean, it's the prom scene in Carrie.
It is.
Yeah. Suddenly
Maybe that's
doors
what's going on.
start slamming. Shook 'em. Parents like, oh wow, you're fucked up. What'd you do? And you almost killed me, by the way. I'm gonna add that right off the bat. And you nearly killed me as well. He's like, not me. It was the Forsaken. He's like, oh, what about Matt? Oh shit, where's Matt? And here's a line I really wanted to point out. It says, if he was alive and went through what I did, he'd be thinking what I did. That it was you. He'd be here by now to bless you out. Not curse you out. Bless you out. What an interesting phrase.
Uh-huh.
I love that, RJ. So let's drink to that too.
Let's drink to that.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Yeah.
Bless
I gotta pause my camera. I'll be right back with a drink.
Achoo!
All right.
Is it like that?
I'm still here though.
Okay.
Well,
So,
What is he pissing into a glass?
yeah.
Like
don't
what?
let us hear that. We don't
I mean,
want to
he-
hear that.
Yeah.
Joshua, you can mute.
It's like
He's fermenting urine into
he could have just walked
Fermenting
away.
urine into a nice approval.
I don't live in the jail, guys.
He doesn't.
Sorry.
No. He just doesn't want us.
You're not making prison wine in there?
Notice when we ask him.
There was 20 seconds of pause. You were out of frame, and we decided you were making Reno in a jail.
I said I was there. I heard everything you said.
Yeah, okay, so like,
Yeah,
you
I
know
know. I know.
Chris is about 2 seconds away from blessing you out, buddy.
Yeah,
Bless me out.
If you know,
Oh, yeah.
every other human being would be laughing.
God curse you.
Thank you. Thank you. Where are you?
I don't know what to do.
That sounds like a Sesame Street thing. Like, da-da-da,
So, parents
Yeah.
like, so Rand, what are you gonna do? Rand's like, what they least expect. No one's gonna expect. He's all sinister. Parents like, oh, that's okay.
Fucking
Okay.
ridiculous. He's
Weird.
going crazy. I feel like he's just losing his shit right now.
And
That
and
was
if
my official prediction earlier.
that who Rand is losing his shit right there.
And he's just losing his shit in that moment, and that he's not actually like gonna. Yeah, there's nothing to that.
So he has no plan, right?
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay, right on. In walks the
I think
zaddy.
he does, but it might be
Of
really.
the
Rourke.
The zaddy.
The sexy older man of the man. I picture this guy as being so gorgeous.
Describe more.
I'm
Say
gonna
more.
say like all right, let's picture like let's see. It has to be a redhead, right? He has to have red hair, right?
Oh, well.
we lost KayK.
I'm
Oh.
okay, back to the book.
Does the
But
curtain match
I
the
got
drapes?
two versions here,
He's-
so-
They do.
They do.
They do.
Curtains always match the drapes, right?
So Ruark walks in. Yeah, you wait. Hold on. You have purple carpet.
Obviously.
Hello.
Obviously. I'm
Obviously.
sorry. Was that
I
was,
just said it
that was
in a
personal,
very
right? I'm
much
sorry.
more discreet way.
All right. So I would get that checked.
I have. It's good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Doc.
We're good.
Yeah.
It's just an oddity.
I got purple pubes. Doc.
It's an odd thing.
What's weird is that the doc.
We're-
What's really weird is the doc keeps having her come back weekly, and he says, "I just can't seem to figure out what's wrong, but you have to come back next week."
I'm
And I was
digging
like,
in. though.
not gonna happen. So I'll send you a screenshot of like some clippings, and that's about all you get, Doc. So
So
that's for that
Ruark.
weird
Ruark. Yeah.
And scene.
No,
And
I
Ruark.
take the blame.
You should.
Um,
Thank you.
We
Ruark
followed
comes
that
in.
purple brick road.
Ruark comes in. He knows everything. He talked to Bear Lane and he talked to the maidens. He knows everything. In comes Moraine. And you know what, Josh? You have me reading on a different level now. There's a couple of things.
All right.
All right. She must have run to come so fast, although that is probably a drinking obligation. We got one coming up. She must have run to come so fast, but she was calm as a frozen lake now. Later it says she bore down on Rand like a silent silken avalanche, icy and inexorable.
Right.
Those water metaphors are constant with her. And you brought that to my attention, my friend.
Yep.
To the world's attention.
To the world. Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. She's a blue Aja, I guess.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was my mistake.
That's all right.
All right. Happy trails.
I'm going down the road. I don't know how that song
There was
goes.
also another reference to there was thunderheads in her eyes,
Also, thank you, Mistress Dovie.
which again is like a rain water. Yeah, so the water metaphor is, I wonder why that is occurring, but it certainly is there, and it generally involves ice or some sort of frozen water.
Duh,
she's a blue Aja. It kind of makes sense.
Blue.
Well, so what? So would a green like be calm as grass?
That still is the leaves. Yeah.
Water,
Hey.
like a swamp.
Okay.
Guys, hey, and the first time we see her in the show, she's in a fucking tub.
So good.
Sure.
So good.
She's in a cold tub.
Hey, heat
She
it.
likes
She uses the one power to heat up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry, Josh.
Maureen, this tub
Oh,
is
God.
cold.
Yeah.
That was just.
But she used other means to make the bubbles.
What? Her butt? She farted?
She farted.
right,
She
yeah,
farted. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
bubbles in the bedroom.
That's the poor man's spa.
Lan comes in with Moraine. We have our next drinking obligation because, quote, his face looked to have been carved from rock, all hard planes and angles. Those are every notch on the bingo card right there.
Ryan does look pretty tonight.
Thank you. I'm glowing.
He is.
Ryan's been
Got
getting
also
compliments all
like
day.
a much better camera than I do, so let's just say that, which is weird for a puppet.
I'm right here. Hold on.
Yeah, no, that's pretty clear. Josh did not like Maureen hating the one. Yeah. I'm wondering who did.
Josh doesn't like any.
I was fine with
Thing
Moraine doing it. I didn't like Lan
Jesus.
complaining.
Just joyless.
You're a little joyless on this. I mean, like, this is a little joy. It seems like it's a little joyless for you.
No, he's having a great
Oh,
time.
you're not.
Who doesn't enjoy shitting on
Yeah.
things?
Yeah.
That's a very good point. That's
Yeah.
a very good point.
Oh, there's so many.
You know what? Hashtag that, guys.
Yeah. Hashtag who doesn't enjoy shitting on things that
Yeah.
people love
and
have
best friends.
held close to their heart for fucking 20 plus years, and then whoosh, wow, ouchie, that hurt a little bit, actually.
Josh hates the whole world.
Yeah, Ben.
Josh,
right?
I don't hate the world.
KayK, we just think of Josh as our group's Dior. Ryan is Winnie the Pooh.
All right, fine. I can.
I'm Piglet.
That makes me a little.
Are you calling me fat?
So does that make Kay Rue?
I mean, look at your hands. Can you do this?
Well, I'm pretty smart. But
You're right. No.
Or is your hand too fat?
Yeah, they're honey. They're just all that honey. I got honey hands.
Yeah, you got honey hands. I'm Piglet. Josh is our Eeyore, who we are like, we're like, yeah, no, we like the.
No, I'm just Tigger. I bounce.
You're Tigger.
I lose my tail.
Oh yeah, you're obviously Tigger, Krista. Okay.
Tigger's a wonderful thing.
Tigger's a wonderful thing. Bouncy.
All right, let's change your name right now to Tigger, right?
Well, I'm pretty.
All right, so Lan comes in. Lan has a little moment with Ruark. Apparently, there had been a little bit of tough guy beef between them.
Sparks.
So Rand comes in with a joke. He's like, I thought you were old enough to shave yourself, sheep herder. And he's like, yeah, he's young. He'll learn. Ha, 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 ha. While this guy's dying in front of him. Ha, 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 ha. Maureen is like, I'm going to heal you. Try to touch the source. He can't do it. He's like, I don't know why. I can't even fucking find the void. She heals him anyways. He's like, ah! The glass falls from his skin.
All right, real quickly, 2 G's or 1 G?
What?
I gotta get this right. Tigger.
It's 2 G's.
Double G. Yeah.
I'm not. Oh, really? Gross.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one. Tigger's the one.
I was gonna say, do you not know that song, Ryan? Jesus.
T-I-double-G.
E-R.
Double G or GER. No, it's like double G.
Yeah,
Double G.
T-I-double-G-R. Yeah, because Tiggers are wonderful things.
Oh, they're double G.
Tops are made of rubber.
Double
The bottoms are made out of springs.
There you go. Thank you, Carrie John. That's helpful.
That's awesome.
I do love.
I'd rather you come on here and sing it to us. Anyway.
Talk to me.
Perrin's wolf metaphor for Perrin was not sure which of the 2 men was more deadly, but he thought a mouse could starve on the difference.
Oh, nice.
Wait.
Ooh, that's beautiful. Ooh, nice catch. Actually, that's really. I was trying to find literary things for you, Joshua. This year, actually, but I ran out of time, and then it just wasn't that important anymore when I was down to crunch time.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
she really did want to impress you.
Going on, but I really was like, I'm gonna. I would like to go head to head on literary references.
Toe to toe, head to head.
Authorial. Thanks.
Arthurial.
Arthur.
Arthurial.
Excalibur! All right, so yes, I agree.
Excalibur.
All right, Tyshar.
Thank you, Ben.
Says Land. He's bleeding. The wound isn't healing. He says that quote, "That's the one that'll kill me, isn't it?" He asked her softly, then quoted, "His blood on the rocks is Shio Ghul washing away the shadows, sacrificing for men's salvation." She says, "You read too much and understand too little."
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah, he's been digging into the library there at the tower or the fort.
And Land says, "No man likes to run forward blindly when he knows there's a cliff somewhere ahead." Land is all Team Rand right now. He says the Tyshar Manethrin. He also says,
"Oh my God!" Right? I gasped when I listened to it for the first time again. I was like, "Oh shit! I forgot he said that."
It also says when he's leaving.
Ryan, I told you that was the first
Moiraine
time
leaves, and it says Lan looked at Rand as if he was about to say something, but followed her without speaking. So Lan is totally Team Rand right now, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
Then drinking obligation, Rand jerked himself erect.
I was like, why can't he ever just sit the fuck up?
Yeah.
He can't just sit up.
Why would you sit up when you can jerk yourself erect immediately?
Nobody ever just sits up. It's
as if there wasn't enough masturbation metaphors in the previous chapter.
Which is fine.
And him fighting
the Barrelane chapter.
Oh.
And the wet dreams and the.
Oh yeah.
Oh right. In the lake.
Oh yeah.
Sweaty dreams. Excuse me.
Sweaty. What?
All right, so Rand, Maureen's like, "Tell me what happened. I'll tell you where you fucked up." And he's like, "I didn't do shit." And he tells his story, and he's like, "It's got to be one of the Forsaken," but Moiraine does not think so. Moiraine says, "Not one of the Forsaken. I think not. This was too simple and too complex." She describes it as a miasma will escape even while he is still held, referring to the Dark One. She goes on to say, "These bubbles will drift through the pattern until they attach to a thread and burst." She says, "I think TAVERN will tend to attract these bubbles more powerfully than others do. That's what she describes happened, that this bubble, this miasma of the Dark One stirring permeated the pattern web and each affected these 3 TAVERN. Am I reading that right as far as you understand it?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh.
That's how I read it.
So what do you think of it? I mean, is she right?
I was super not paying attention trying to turn this little here light stick on.
Yeah.
But I heard 3 people turn a thing.
It's about the bubbles. The bubbles that they...
The bubbles, yes.
Yeah.
The miasma.
Is this the Forsaken? No, it's a bubble.
What's the question again, please?
Is she correct? Do you think that this was just a random event that she seems to infer, or was this an attack by the Forsaken that Rand seems to think?
No, I always side with Moraine. I honestly do not think that this is anything that Rand thinks it is. I think he's lost his shit at this point, and he's like really gone off the deep end. And he just continues to go there, and I think that by way of him being TAVERN, he might be bringing some people with him, like Perrin and Matt, because they're TAVERN as well. And honest to God, this is just coming to me now.
Yeah, so you're saying
I'm just gonna go with it, but maybe he's just like bringing them with him, and like because they're already TAVERN, like they're connected, and they're already connected, and so like they have to all do these things or experience certain challenges and stuff, and I don't know, trials, tribulations, what have you.
I think you're right. And in fact, Perrin
for them to all move on, though, they all have to get like to the next level, right? Like they can't like level up until they like all do these things, or like all this stuff kind of happens, and they.
I got a question.
Survive it.
If let's say Matt was in a different town, miles and miles and miles away, would he had something happen to him?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think so for sure. I think that it doesn't matter how far apart they are physically, like, yeah, that I think that my thought is that this is all connected, and they all really need each other to like fulfill whatever it is that is specifically to TAVERNism type stuff for them, to make the whole thing work and make the whole thing, everything happened. Yeah, the whole kit and caboodle, fucking, I don't know what that means. Kit and caboodle. Why'd you give me that? The whole kit and caboodle.
No, I see what you're saying. No, like, so
yeah.
They would have it's kind of by design. They would have had to gone through this, and it doesn't matter where they are in physical proximity. I get it. Okay.
Well, and Perrin does, to your point, Tigger. Perrin does when Matt is kind of when Rand is kind of flippant about Matt's whether he's alive or not. Perrin's like, no, bro, you don't understand. He's important too. He says those exact words. I'm not sure exactly how he knows it, but it's probably to your point that we're all TAVERN, man. We're all what we are. Yeah.
Well, Perrin talked about it a few chapters ago, right? Where he kind of gave us that info dump about his thoughts about.
Did I say something that was already known, Josh?
What?
Oh, jeez.
I'm teasing. I'm just fucking with you.
I'm Jesus.
You're like, gosh.
Oh no.
No, I'm
so sensitive today.
I want to hear this.
I'm agreeing with you, okay?
I know.
Feisty.
That being said,
Like Buffalo Wild Wing sauce.
I do.
On fire today. You're not icy, not falling like an icy avalanche, like a torrent of flames. No, but I just thinking, I'm agreeing with you in the sense that Perrin, has this sense that they're connected and that Rand needs them to fulfill his destiny. right?
Yeah.
Matt and himself.
Correct. And and he explains that to Fael because Fael wants to leave, and he's like, I don't think I fucking can, man. And let's transition right now into Matt's chapter because Matt is feeling the same way.
So one thing
Tom.
Quickly before we go on, so
okay,
Kay, have you thought at all about like what's the connection between the actual event that happened to each of them and their own role / personhood within the story? Do you have any ideas about that? Like, why was Perrin's the axe trying to kill him? Why was Matt's related to the cards? Why did Rand see his reflections try to attack him? Did that?
Oh.
You have any thoughts around that?
Well, I think that throughout it, I think that there have been many clues to their own discovery of self and their transition of their characters, and through that journey, I think each one of them has had to. I think I spoke a little bit just momentarily to this earlier, how they've all had to kind of like face these own trials and tribulations. And, just, you know, like, I think that's what's going on for each one of them. They have to like get through these challenges and overcome them in order to actually, but they're like, I don't know, I feel like they're like almost constructed in a way that is made for them to realize shit, because they seem to grow out of every experience, and that's really fascinating to me because it wasn't what I expected from this series at all when I started it. And so now I'm really like, this has become another level of stuff, so another level of just, you know, interestingness about human nature, and also, I mean, like, no, I don't know, I think they're humans, but anyways, yeah, lots of tangential, Tigger.
That was a really good answer.
Yeah, no, it's a really good answer.
Good points. Yeah,
and it's helped me think through it too, hearing you say what you said, because it is in a way the things that the trial they endured, each of them, is sort of like the hurdle that they have, right? Rand's hurdle is overcoming his own image of himself and his acceptance of himself as the dragon, right? Matt has this tie-in with luck and gaming and taking himself serious and like growing up, so to speak, in this role, right? And his image of himself in opposition to wealth, and Perrin is in that dichotomy between the hammer and the axe, right? And whether violence or construction is like what is most important to him and his role as a person, and like well, I don't totally have a good clear understanding of it, but
well, Josh,
neither do I, but that's the closest.
Could we be more literal with Matt in that he is actually throwing daggers at the Amerlin and the Lord of Cups and the Lord of whatever? These are supposed to be leaders in our world that they're at, and
he's rejecting authority in a literal sense by daggering them.
So if they had played with a deck of cards where Rand was the Lord of Cups or whatever, would Rand have tried to kill him?
I think.
I mean, it is cards,
I do,
but it's also leaders, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Preach, Josh. Preach.
Preach,
you,
baby.
Ben
No, I love
Butler.
it. No. Come on, so saucy.
I am saucy. Are you talking about Ben Butler being saucy?
Everyone's saucy.
Everyone's saucy.
This reflections with
no dry fit,
saying, "All right, Fael's got to get the fuck out of here." It says, "Quote: He had to make sure Fael decided to leave. That was all there was for it. She had to decide to go, and without him, and that's how it ends." He's like, she's got to split. This isn't good. And we're gonna jump into that. That was a long chapter, so we're gonna jump into a Tom point of view. I'm not sure if we've had a Tom point of view yet. Have we?
We
might have.
Love it.
Yeah, with Dana. With Dana. Dina. When he finds Dina, right?
What?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But Tom is up to some fiery shenanigans. He is forging a letter that says, quote, "Be wary, your husband suspects." He is doing it in the High Lord Carlian's hand that he is trying to slip into where the High Lord Tadosian to find it, implicating the Lady Altemia or whatever. What is Tom doing with this shit? Is he just a imp of Tom. Mischief and chaos, or is he?
So.
Is this high school?
Is this Tyler Durden switching the hair dye things? So putting blonde and brown. I mean, it's just chaos.
Tyler Durst. Durstin. Are you talking about Fight Club?
Fight Club. Is it Durst?
Tyler Durst.
Tyler Durst. Yeah.
Still doesn't help, but yeah.
Get it right.
So
one last thing before we go in.
I love you. I also love Tyler Durst. He's amazing.
He is amazing.
I do.
What do we make of Ruark's comments about Rand still having to prove to them that he is the one who comes with the dawn?
Yeah, what the fuck is that about? It's the same thing, and they know it's the same thing. They acknowledge that it's the same thing.
They do not.
But it's just a...
Oh.
I thought they did.
Brother Dan, be polite, Brother Dan.
The Dragon Reborn is a Wetlander prophecy. We follow he who comes with the dawn, and he has his own shit. It says that...
Perrin calls them out on it, I think.
Perrin does,
he says something like, oh, you pretty much said that.
You've as good as admitted it, even if you won't say it out loud.
Thank you, Joshua.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I was talking about.
But there's additional prophecies, right, that need to be fulfilled that Rand needs to do on his own.
That he needs to know about. He has to go on and figure that out and Durden. Shit.
Thank you, Smack.
Durst.
Thank you, Smack.
Motherfucking Fight Club.
Yeah, all right, so it says, our prophecy says only that the stone must fall before he who comes with the dawn appears to take us back to what was ours. That may be one man, but I doubt even the wise ones could say for sure. If Rand is the one, there are things he must do yet to prove it. If he is the one, he will know and do them. If he does not, then our search still goes on.
It feels a lot like the song of the Way of the Leaf folk, right? Like searching for this thing that they know is there, but has not yet been found.
I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah, the IL are you too. I have climbed
highest mountain. I have scaled these city walls.
Stone of Tears,
but not that river.
But I won't cross the river.
Who the fuck is Fuel under?
Yeah, we don't know.
Caution?
Yeah. Yes, you got some glasses, buddy.
Are you gonna donate or what?
I know. I know.
They're fucking blinding me.
Pay up.
I'm blinded. And I can't read if I'm blind.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you, Fuel Caution. And you know what? That's it. Be cautious of fuel. Always, guys. It's
we're going to be a little bit.
Those are so crooked.
All right, let's jump into Tom.
Ago,
I want to get this chapter done at least. I'm not sure if we're getting
to
chapter 5. But Tom is doing some devious shit. He is trying to just sow chaos into these High Lords. it seems. He's
playing the game of houses wherever he is.
And he wants well, all right, we'll get into that. He is also a hit with the ladies, it seems. Quote, a woman's diaphanous red silk scarf was tied around the strap of his harp case, but it could have belonged to anyone. Later it says, make them laugh, even make them sigh, but avoid entanglements. That was his motto. He had no time for those. Make them sigh. You know, we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all heard that.
Yeah.
All right. Tom's playing. Matt shows up at the door. No one wants to gamble with him. He shows up and he's like, "Hey Tom, did any fucking weird stuff happen?"
And he's like, "Bro, it's a Friday night in my house. What do you?"
He's like, "I got some woman's scarf tied to my harp. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, I got freaky shit."
I
so
love it. He gets
Tom's
all freaked out and like.
Oh, that's a good question.
Everything.
Yeah.
Why is Tom causing trouble? That's a good question. Because he can't help himself.
Dana Liuhu's always got great questions.
She does.
Honestly.
Yeah, what do we think?
She knows this content like, fuck, nothing else. She's good.
I
don't know.
So yeah, we don't know why.
He's tricky. Tom's just tricky as fuck. And I was talking about this earlier. He's just super.
Oh.
What?
There was something I read at the end of the chapter. I want you to finish your thought. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That was him doing his woman's sigh.
That was such a woman's sigh. I'm gonna give it to you. Proceed.
So later on in the chapter, he says that he won't leave. Okay, Moiraine is grew up. Here it is. With the game of houses on her apron strings or something. And then he says, I won't leave Rand to be toiled with I won't leave him only protected by Moiraine to the Lords of Tear. So presumably, I mean, I'm assuming that he's doing this to sow this chaos to prevent the Lords of Tear taking advantage of Rand in some way. Or getting their teeth in on him so that he can become their puppet.
That is a great pickup. Because there's another line that says, quote, but if he did, Rand would have no one except Moiraine.
That's the line I was looking for.
From maneuvering him into corners and maybe cutting his throat. She could do it, of course, using different methods than his. He thought she could. She was Kyrian. Which means she probably taken the game of houses with her mother's milk.
There it is. Thank you. And she would tie another string to Rand.
Is that a drinking responsibility?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Pretty
I think
much.
so.
If you don't have mother's milk or milk of the mother, you may use whatever milky substance you have handy.
I like milk of the mother.
Almond milk of the mother?
Almond milk of the mother? Like soy milk of the mother?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what I meant. Thank you.
All right,
so Tom has an agenda, though. It says he had to see Rand face to face, no matter what he had told him about keeping clear. Perhaps no one would think that it was too odd if a Gleeman asked to perform a song for the Lord Dragon, a song especially composed, unless Moiraine decided it was strange. And he's like, "Fuck it, I should just leave." But he feels he wants to have like a time, like just 2 minutes with Rand to give him like some old man advice or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's too hard, baby.
Maybe so. Tom's leg injury came from him defending them at, not Shao Ghul, but Shadar Logoth. Is that right?
Hey, Ryan,
fighting the Trolloc.
Music down just a tad.
Yes.
I'm super distracted.
Yeah, it was
it's
fighting
really good.
it was fighting the Fade,
Trolloc,
but I don't
or the
know.
Fade, right?
I don't think it was at Shadow Logoth though. I think it was at.
I thought it was the Fade came from them at Shattered Logoth, and they had to he got in front of it so that they could escape. White Bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
White Bridge.
White Bridge.
Thank you.
Bonus points. Bonus points
Shadow
for
Spawn.
Village. Got it first. Village gets
Nice.
first.
No Shadow Spawn would enter Shadow Logoth, if you remember.
Yeah, and they got chased out by the
Trivia 101, which I would not pass anyway. So
Yeah, we don't mess around. The chat knows.
yeah, clearly.
So Matt wants to split. He's like, "Hey Tom, you want to get out of here? This is bullshit."
Beth Weston says I was first. I'm sorry.
There was,
funny.
but before that, there were two feelings of prickling that Tom experiences. One, quote, a prickling made Tom's shoulders, made Tom shift his shoulders. And this is when he, right after he says,
Rand going insane.
Going insane. The second, it says, the prickling felt as if
Thank you,
black
MaTsDaGgerX. That was the name I was
metal
looking for.
stuffed down his back. What
Commissioner
are these?
Smack.
Yeah, we got to say hi to our new friend, Commissioner Smack.
Hi, Commissioner Smack.
Commissioner Smack.
I love the name.
Yeah. Not a lot of people know that C.S. Lewis's real name was Commissioner Smack Lewis.
Nope, Commissioner Smack Lewis, yeah.
Ryan, can I ask you to turn your headphones down just a tad bit?
Yes.
Hearing myself echo again. Thank you.
Ryan, be professional, would you, man? Jeez.
Golly,
We have
geez.
guests.
But
We're trying to
Joshua,
impress.
man, Joshua is like a little bit like a finicky about the fucking sound. I mean, I
I am a producer of electronic music.
To go, but
Yeah, it's a good point.
it's not your turn.
Speaking
I
of
care a
which-
lot about sound.
We are going to premiere a new music video later.
Yeah, I'm excited, everybody. We got some new Homunculus Rex, a new kind of rough cut music video we're going to show here in a little bit that I've been working on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Excited.
we only have a couple more pages, and then we're just gonna eschew chapter 5 so you can get some sleep, Josh. I know
We're good. I think let's just get through this
I
and
like
All right.
chapter 5.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right. So we learned that some of the reasons that Matt are staying, he wants to leave, but it says, quote, something always comes up. There's so much gold to be had here, and there's a big-eyed girl in the kitchen who likes a little kiss and tickle.
oh, we got to drink to that.
Her
Yeah.
hair's like silk to her waist, and the roundest.
Oh,
He
I
trailed
sound
off.
dumb.
Yeah.
And did you want to point out the second prickling? The prickling felt as if he had black wasp nettles stuck down his back,
Yes.
which is
And
why he had not himself left hair.
And that's when he says he pretty much the rationale he provides is Rand.
Right. And that's where we get that comment about Rand, right? So just to go back 1 second to be wary your husband suspects. Does that imply that Tom is having an affair with this woman?
No, I would not think
Or someone
so.
else?
It says that he did it. The High Lord Carlian himself would have thought it was his own hand.
Right.
So in my
Now we arrange it for where High Lord Tadosian defined it where his wife might have carefully left it.
right. So it's Tom was planting the seed that High Lord Carlian was fucking Altiema,
Right.
which, as far as we know, isn't happening.
Right.
Maybe it is. Maybe he's just TMZ.
Right.
Tom MZ.
Tom MC.
Ryan, was that a burp?
No, I went.
It went.
No,
okay.
yeah. That was a Zerbert.
That was me doing a raspberry type thingy.
I think it was good. There's question about whether
Mouth queef.
Sure. Mouth queef,
mouth
for
queef,
sure.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
sure.
There's question about whether Moraine is actually prohibiting Matt from leaving. He's like, is she using some Momo Jobo heebie-jeebie stuff on me?
And this is the second time this has come up in this text, right? We get Perrin and Fael's conversation a couple chapters ago.
Mm-hmm. He thinks about Moraine and then takes a sip of water.
With two hands.
Well,
very nice.
Yay.
he says here, quote, Tom, I think about leaving all the time, but I get these strange feelings, almost as if something was going to happen. Something momentous, that's a word. It's like knowing there'll be fireworks for Sunday, only I don't know what it is I'm expecting. Whatever I think too much about leaving, it happens.
That's so
I
cool.
love how Tom is just like constantly avoiding saying TAVERN because he knows it's gonna piss off Matt.
Yeah.
But the whole time he's thinking
It's
TAVERN.
just like, why? Yeah, the whole time he's like, I'm just gonna hold back on saying TAVERN again. But yeah, he's like, oh yeah, Matt's gonna. Oh, Matt, you decided to stay till the morning, until you leave, until you don't. Like it's just like, what? Yeah, you're not leaving ever. Until
He's like, have you considered it
until the pattern lets
You're
considered it's because he's like, if you say TAVERN, I'm fucking out of here.
Shit. A little bit. He like doubts his own ability to make his own decisions. I think he went through a little bit of like identity crisis in part of this, where he was like, he just didn't know if Tom could actually like make his own decision about what was happening in his life lately, because he was pulled. He didn't know if he was pulled or if he wasn't pulled, or if he had made a different decision, would it have been something different, or if he had not followed Rand, I think is what specifically he had said. If he hadn't followed Rand, like, would that have made a difference and stuff? So Matt is like a dog on the retractable thing.
Jesus Christ!
Did he have any choice but to follow Rand?
I mean, that's the thing. Who knows when like this TAVERNness started or began with Tom specifically?
Yeah.
But and who knows if Tom really is TAVERN? Do we know if Tom is? Do we have any like? We don't have any confirmation.
We haven't heard anything yet.
Right?
Go back.
Like we don't know. Well, what, Joshua? Go back where?
No. Go ahead.
When? No, I want to know. I want to know.
No, you're good. You're good.
I genuinely want to know. Like if there's
Iris Bear's back. What's up?
Oh my gosh, it's been a while.
I know, it's been a while.
I was asking.
Iris Bear, hi.
I was going to go back. Say, Ryan, can you go back to Diljit's comment from?
Yeah, I love Dil. All right, yeah.
Good night, Beth Weston.
Diljit's in tomorrow, everyone. Just so it's clear, I think.
Yeah. Well, so he already knows what you're going to answer is.
Right. I do think, maybe Moiraine is using some sort of compulsion on them, in some way or form. Yeah, it's a good question.
That is a good. Well, they. Who asked? I thought somebody in the. I thought somebody that I read asked that also, like in the book. But
right.
Well, Tom himself. Tom himself, right here, he just kind of
questioning all of that. Yeah,
he's
I guess
like,
that's what I'm thinking of.
It's not explicit, doesn't he? Kind of hint it in his thoughts.
Yes, I think it is only in his thought process that we get this information, and it's really cool. I like this whole question.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, it's like on the one side it could be compulsion, on the other it could be the nature of the Rand's TAVERN-ness that's tugging them along.
Yeah.
Or the
TAVERN, I agree.
The age lace, putting them into their places. I mean,
right.
Well, if
like
all...
maybe the three of them, like maybe Matt, Rand, and Perrin, and Egwene, and Nynaeve, or maybe it's just the three guys now that are TAVERN the most, because Egwene and Nynaeve. We go into that next, but like. I don't know. Maybe
I still think the ladies are TAVERN too.
And so, like, maybe the chunk of them are still TAVERN, and they're like, that's what they're trying to do, and they're trying to find their way, and like
blood of Manetheren.
Maybe the like Well, but I don't know. But like maybe the other people are maybe like Tom and everybody else like are secondary kind of characters, but not secondary characters, but.
But Tom was in the right place at the right time.
Age-lace people, and like that's more of like a softer,
softer control.
Yeah, there's not so much
pattern,
full on.
Did you say age-lace people?
Age-lace people. Say age-lace people.
That's amazing.
Like people weaved into like age.
Caught in the weave of the age-lace.
The lace, yeah. That's what I call them.
Age-lace people. No, it's brilliant.
Perhaps, I don't know. I don't think they're probably ever called that, obviously, since I have your reaction to go off of. But, you know.
That's what we're here for.
Right? Like, they might be some interesting sort of situations. There might be some. Why am I being called Tigger?
Because Tigger's a wonderful thing.
Tigger's a wonderful thing.
A greatness he refused to recognize clinging to his back, and an Aes Sedai intent on keeping him for one of her pets.
Uh-huh.
The lad was well and truly caught.
Well, Tom is pretty convinced about the TAVERN stuff, even though he doesn't necessarily say it to Matt, because Matt doesn't want to hear that shit. He says, quote, Tom was thoughtful as he put the board in the bag of stones on the table just that easily the lad was diverted. Pulled along by an even stronger TAVERN named Randall Thor was how Tom saw it. It occurred to him to wonder if he was caught in the same way. No.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That stuff.
What is the 15-year-old debt that Tom keeps referring to? Is it
right? So these guys are 20 years old.
So Tom did mention
it's been like
his
how long?
motivations earlier.
Oh,
Wait. Kay's on to something. They're 20 years old, right? Okay.
Yeah, they're 20 years old. So if this is 15 years.
All right.
Okay.
What do they
All
know? I don't know. There wasn't much to go on there.
Oh, no.
Is it to do with?
It sounded really profound.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Also, I totally lost my train of thought.
Is it to do with more gays?
To be honest, no.
Oh,
but I just totally lost my train of thought. So
no. So the 15-year-old debt, does that involve more gays?
Right.
Yeah. So you're right. Yeah. So that Danley is helping us out.
Totally. What happened to Tom 15 years
Is that when
ago,
Tom was kicked out of Morgase's kingdom?
No, I think they were dating. Weren't they dating?
Right. They were.
They were like a couple. He was fucked over and yes, kicked out. Actually, yes. Right? Kicked out.
I think
Josh is right. Kicked out because of something. Fuck.
At risk of like losing his head, right?
He's horrible. Right. Yes, he was like legit worried about being decapitated at some point, which I thought was. He did something really fucked up, and clearly can't come back.
I thought he said something to her.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did more than say something.
Yes. But.
Yeah. Yeah, so Josh might be going down the. Why was he kicked out? What precipitated him getting kicked out? An event happened.
Daniel Luhu,
pretty
you're
big
just
event.
the best, prompter of
Yeah.
everything. You're good.
You got to know the books and be able
She's
to ask
good.
those type of questions.
She's very, very good.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Are we allowed to
What precipitated it?
I think so.
Are you allowed to answer? Yeah, can you answer that? We already
Well,
read
we-
this.
we-
We just
all right,
can't remember. I can't
was-
remember. I feel like that's what happened. I just can't remember.
There was There was a story that Tom had told about his nephew named Owen, Owyn,
Right.
in which and that kind of precipitated.
Oh, because Owen. Oh, right. Owen channeled or something, right? And they stilled him.
And so that precipitated his animosity towards Aes Sedai in general. And so him trying to protect Rand, it seems he doesn't necessarily want to just leave him in Moiraine's hands, because it says in that line that
debt in this sense is a debt to himself for not having fulfilled his role as uncle in protecting his nephew or whatever.
Well, and he also says that Moiraine, if he leaves, Moiraine could guide him, but he says, and she would tie
a string right to the White Tower. Yeah,
ran for the White Tower while she is about it. Meshed him in an Aes Sedai net so strong he would never escape.
Didn't someone die mysteriously around this time?
Who?
Right around this time, right before, precipitating Tom getting kicked out of the kingdom. Someone died. I can't remember the name. Maybe the chat will help me. There's that lag.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Okay, I don't.
In Morgase's kingdom.
Uh-huh.
No, he didn't count. Well, all right, maybe he did. Maybe he did. Yeah. I don't know if that's been necessarily. Anyways, is there anything else on chapter 4?
I don't think so.
That we want to talk about?
Sorry, my book was upside down at that point. Not sure how that happened, but.
I will point out that at the end, Tom is suddenly and strangely content and tells a story. I would imagine playing Stones with a Gleeman might be one of the cooler experiences. You get your own little concert. But yeah,
this chapter, I just have to say this. Yeah, this chapter in general just made me love Tom all the more. And I think it is because of I don't really know. I mean, it should have maybe made me not like him, but I really like him more.
I like him,
and I like his bond with Matt. You like him too, Josh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is shady as fuck, though.
He's shady as fuck, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure if I should. I don't think I trust him.
Is he shady or is he a jester?
I don't know, because like he's doing all the what the fuck is the difference? I mean, isn't a jester kind of shady? Because he has all these things that he tried to hide before Matt came in the room, just saying he had to put on his shirt, but he's shuffling all this shit away. He doesn't want to be seen, so it makes me think there's a lot there that we also as a reader don't know yet, and just there's gonna be stuff I don't know. I feel he's already had so many all these knives, and he's so slick, and then he talks about sleight of hand. He's like, oh no, I can leave out something to the effect of I can leave these things out because those are just my sleight of hand tricks, something like that, right? So it was I don't know, I just man, I love Tom, and I also I just don't trust him totally, and it's weird right now. It feels weird for me, but I like the Matt Tom relationship, and I probably spoke too long about all of that, so I'm gonna shut up now.
Well, I think Matt really idolizes him, like we saw with the daggers, right? Like Matt has become more like Tom as they've journeyed together, and and he's
Tom
his role model, you know.
Yeah, and you see from Tom's perspective just how well he knows Matt. He knows that there's something wrong because he doesn't walk in and scan the room like he normally does.
Right.
And he goes, "Well, I'll treat it like any one of our normal visits." And then he pulls out the board game, and you just get this whole sense of history from these simple gestures. It's really cool.
Yeah, Ryan, to that point, there's a nice little thing where it says
deep familiarity.
when he says, such as what, Tom? He asked, thumbing the bowl full. He had time to stick a twist of paper in the flame to one of the candles, puff a pipe of light, and blow out the spill before Matt answered. Just that calm patience of just being like, yeah, he'll talk to me. I'm gonna take a hit.
I'm gonna smoke a bowl.
I'm gonna smoke a bowl. Yeah.
Benjamin, that is exactly what I was getting at. Yeah, like I think a jester's intent is different than a shady criminal, right? I mean,
I guess that's what I didn't really totally get about your question, Josh, is the difference between a jester and, just a shady person. But yeah, a criminal intent, that clarifies things for me, definitely. And I don't think that he has any real criminal intent, not morally, ethically.
He is morally ambiguous, though, for sure.
He definitely is. But
so is Matt, though, I think, and that's why.
Yes, they connect in this way, in this really profound way. It's almost like they're reincarnated selves or something, right? But it's just cool how they have this bond. What?
Shady.
Andrel's comment.
Shady fucker, shady ass fuck.
Top of the morning, Andrel.
Yeah.
Also, squarely in tomorrow.
So. He's a shady ass fuck. It does sound the same, yeah. All right, let's jump into chapter 5. This is called Questioners, and it is an Egwene point of view chapter. They are holding prisoners. Maureen said she'd be back in an hour. She and Elaine apparently left. There was a whispered conversation, and she left. Boom. And now they got these 2 Black Aja with them. One named Joya. One Joya Bayer. And one named Amiko Nagoyan. Amiko was stilled during her capture. She can no longer touch. She can sense it. It's right there. It's right there, baby. It's right there. It's right there. Like Ryan's right there, but I can't touch him.
That's
like I just...
By design, hands off.
Yeah, I guess. Consent. But there is a drinking obligation. There is a line that says, quote, that was the rub.
Dan, you sounded so about consent. That's not how it goes, Dan. Yeah, that's not what consent's all about. You don't just yell consent at somebody.
Consent now.
If someone yelled consent at me, I would run out of the room screaming. What the fuck are you filming this shit? God.
Those 2 syllables are foreplay.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So if someone says consent, he's like, I got it. There's the consent.
Oh, cool. It's on? Yeah.
We learned that they have maintained the lie that they had told Avienda back when they had first met her in the last book.
Right.
That they are full Aes Sedai. Egwene feels kind of shitty about the whole thing. She wishes she can kind of come free, but because she wants Avienda to be her friend. She's like, I think we could be friends, but not if I'm an Aes Sedai. I don't know. And that was the rub.
Okay. All right, this is great.
Okay.
Hey, Kay.
Wow.
You should read this comment.
You know you're
filmed right now, Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Was I licking my lips too much? Or
no, your earlier comment about being filmed from consent.
Consent. Yeah. Ha.
Also, Edwin will not go into the dungeons, it appears like.
We have watched the show. IB.
We have. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
For all the things it lays out.
Fortunately for me, on a 7 level ish, more like 6.75. What did I give it? I don't know. But anyways,
doesn't
matter.
You gave it a 6.9.
Except for episode 5.
Yeah.
Don't talk.
Which one was that?
Steppin' Time.
Your favorite, the Steppin'.
Oh, I love that one. Oh,
I know you're such a dark friend.
My favorite. That was seriously like my favorite episode.
You are a dark friend. Can we just
dark
put
friend.
up a dark friend like logo across the
and a jump like a smash. Dark friend.
Trollocs are my buddies.
All right, we got 4 minutes before we got a hard on.
You got a 4-minute hard on?
A hard out.
Hard out. Okay, then who's got a hard out? Nobody. Okay, let's figure this shit
Get
out.
your hot out, baby.
Go into my notes.
Essentially, they are receiving 2 separate bits of information.
Chapter 5, right? Chapter 5.
Yeah.
Oddly coincidental.
Yeah, episode 5. Let's go. Wait, do we have time to do episode 5?
What are you talking? Episode? What episode? Chapter 5?
Chapter 5.
Yeah,
we're halfway
yeah.
through it, right?
Chapter.
Oh, okay, we're good. Let's go. We got 3 minutes.
Oh.
It's not. We don't have to go right at midnight. It's okay. Let's just finish the chapter.
All right, I'm trying to be respectful.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you.
Oh man,
Why
my
start
dad.
now?
He's such a sweetheart, didn't you know?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
turning over.
nothing but
Tells
respectful
you every morning to
to my own
eat
opinions.
oranges.
I've
Get your vitamins,
turned over a new
you
leaf.
little sweetheart.
Oh, good night, Dana Lou.
Good night, Dana.
Night,
Dan.
Dana
It's been
Lou.
great to see you.
Dana Lou.
You're amazing.
Discord.
Discord mod. Dana Lou, Discord mod of all time.
So in love with you. So one of them.
We won't. Don't forget the video. Keep going, Dan.
I'm trying.
I know, but
I don't want to interrupt your interruptions.
yeah, because that'd be really unprofessional. Thanks for
Yeah.
being so professional, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, Emma-
You're not so much yes-anding. You're just thising. You go yes.
Yeah.
I've got my notes for chapter 5 ready, brother Dan, and I'm ready to go when you are. So.
I am knee deep in this chapter. Yeah, Ryan, take a break. So they have 2 prisoners. One of them is Amiko. Amiko is telling them to go to Tanchico. She's like, Leandrin says there's something bad in Tanchico. It says, quote, Leandrin said there was something in Tanchico, something dangerous to him. She goes on, quote, Leandrin said it was dangerous to whoever used it too, almost as dangerous as to him. That's why she had not already gone after it. And she said being able to channel would not protect him. She said when we find it, his filthy ability will bind him for us. And apparently that was a speech that she had said before. It said, quote, not a word had changed.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, your house is on fire.
Hey, Ryan, you're
I got it, guys.
God.
I got it. Everyone, I got it.
your George Foreman
It's
grill is
fine.
cooking bacon.
We got it, guys.
Joya.
Joya Bayer, who has the same name as her daughter, Egwene's
Joya. Yes.
fake
Yes.
daughter.
Joya.
Thing.
Yes.
What?
Imaginary.
Yeah.
Imaginary, fake, believable.
No one understood why Egwene would name her daughter
Prophesied.
Joya Bayar.
Really?
Joya has a
Zaire.
different story. She says, quote, the false dragon, Mazrim Taim, who was captured in Saldia, can channel with incredible strength, perhaps as much as Roniel Thor, nearly so, if the reports can be believed. Before he can be brought to Tarvalon and gentled, Leandra meant to break him free. He will be proclaimed as the Dragon Reborn, his name given as Randall Thor, and then he will be set to destruction on a scale as the world has not seen the world of War of 100 Years. She goes on, quote, You can see the obvious result. Rand al'Thor will be blamed for the depredations of Rand al'Thor. Even proof that they are not the same man may well be dismissed. After all, who can say what tricks the Dragon Reborn can play? Perhaps put himself in two places at once. Even the sort who have always rallied to a false dragon will hesitate in the face of the indiscriminate slaughter and worse laid at his feet. There are those who do not shrink at such butchery, will seek out the Rand al'Thor, who seems to revel in blood. The nations will unite as they did in the Aiel War. And finally, he will be crushed before the last battle even begins by the very ones he was meant to save. The Dark One will break free. The day of Tarmagedon will come, and the shadow will cover the earth and remake the pattern for all time. That is Leandrin's plan. Egwene is hearing two separate things. She tends to believe the Tanchico thing for some reason, even though this false dragon plot seems pretty well thought out. Mm-hmm. I like this plot.
Oh, yeah. Top 10 plots of all plots.
Top 10. Money plot.
That is a solid plan. Yeah.
Money plot. That is a solid plan.
I mean, no, yeah, this is the stakes that we're dealing with. Dark One takes over and rules and changes the pattern in its image for all time.
Forever, yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
The next time this fucking age turn comes back around.
There is no next time.
Nope.
Break the wheel.
Broken. Next
Still
time.
not sure that would be such a terrible thing.
It's just it'd be like you're on like a broken roller coaster ride that just shoots you off at the top. Woo!
Right
I
into the
do
ball
like
pit.
the little shade that was thrown at Moraine. Joya was like, "Is that what Moraine told you in regards to that? Once the real dragon's out, there won't be any false dragons. The pattern will just spit them out." She says, Moraine has spent little time in the tower since she was raised. She goes on to say, but she does claim certainty about matters learned only through study and discussion with those who know. Still, she might be correct. I like that.
Yep. New canon.
So I don't know if had the destruction like the world hasn't seen since the last time I drank that special drink the Leaf brothers offered me. Hey,
have I ever told the story about Morning Glory tea?
The roofie and tonic?
What?
I think I don't know if you told this. I've heard the story, but yeah, go ahead. And that's the end of the chapter. So if you guys have anything else to say, we'll hear this story and then we'll play the video.
Oh no!
I had so many notes on this chapter, but I did not really talk that much about it. Sorry, am I?
You're
can
on.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, if you got any, if you got
we
any
want to hear
thoughts.
what you have to say. Yeah.
Like seriously, there were so many lamp references. It was just one of those things where I had heard men referenced as a lamp. So I was like, okay, is this men like, is it a real thing or is it not a real thing or is it just a joke or is it not? And I don't really know, honestly, at this point. I'm like, it's a lamp, men, thing, joke, right?
Yes.
But okay, thank you.
Yeah, so a lot of lamps. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was like only one working, anyways. Anyway, removes all dresses.
Josh, did you get a new camera?
White, blue, or green. Really? Are you serious?
My bad.
Yeah, what'd you do, Ryan?
That was rude.
Lan and Nynaeve have a thing going on, and she decides to like remove all the dresses that are not white, blue, or green because she's like super in love with him, right? So, like, wants to impress him constantly, and this is great. I like this kind of dynamic. It was just like a lot of chapter 5. I know for the majority here was not the most favorite of the 3 tonight, but for me it was kind of cool because it had a lot of like relationship stuff that I really do find interesting about the characters and in this series, and it's part of why I love it so much. So yeah, I wanted to say that much at least. And Leandrin, that's just really cool. I think that her whole story arc is pretty neat. Pretty neato burrito.
Oh no, you're doing so good, and then you start insulting yourself at the end.
All right, so here's one thing I want to ask you guys. So Joya says, "I've repented my sins. The dragon is reborn, and he holds Kalendor. The prophecies are fulfilled. Dark One must fail. I see that now. My repentance is real. No one can walk so long in the shadow that she cannot come again to the light."
Mm-hmm. Is
but
that drinking?
Egwin,
sorry,
but,
come
but
again.
Egwin says, "Whatever oaths to the Dark One were sworn on joining the Black Aja, they seem to sever all 3 oaths, and so lies should not have been possible for an Aes Sedai."
Right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about this whole thing? I guess that we know the 3 oaths bind an Aes Sedai, so it's not that they don't lie; it's that they can't physically do it.
Yes, they don't lie. She doesn't lie. She's able to. I forget the language they use, but is it I don't think it's misdirect, but basically, yeah, that's the idea, right? Like they misdirect the truth to their own truth that they want you to believe. So
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
not lying. It's just manipulation.
Well, no, Joya is straight out lying here if she's still Black Aja. So she says, "I've repented my sins." I mean, so. And they're like, "Yeah, you're full of shit because you are able to lie now because you are a dark friend, and that restriction no longer applies. Whatever oaths of the Dark One were sworn on joining the Black Aja, they seem to sever all 3 oaths. So that lying restriction, if you're a Black Aja, it seems like that you can lie all you want now."
Yep.
I mean, we heard her repent already once in the first chapter as well, when she was captured. Or sorry, at the end of the last book, when she was captured. She says much the same thing in that book.
Yeah.
What is a gray Aja?
Yeah, I have the same question actually written down, honestly, because I have only a quote here that says, "You are remarkably ignorant for a woman who expected to rule when the Dark One breaks free," I think, but that's from Egwene. That may be unrelated. Sorry. Continue to the Grey Aja thing.
What are they known for?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't remember seeing the Grey Aja as part of the houses before.
They're the bookworms.
I'm looking to see if it's in the glossary.
I thought that was the brown.
I thought that was yellow.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
brown. Oh, yellow are healers, right? Or yeah, and then
All right.
White is Seekers of
brown
Truth.
are the educated ones,
Brown are the scholars.
scholars.
Right. White are the Seekers of
They're
Truth.
the mediation and politics.
Yeah,
Gray?
they mediators seeking harmony and consensus.
Bluers are seekers.
Okay.
According to the glossary of this. So that's
Okay.
I wanted to see what wasn't spoiler involving that.
Cool. So there's spoilers involving that, huh?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, here's it. Oh, okay. This is a great question. Deejit, thank you. Do you think some sisters join the Black Aja just because they want to get rid of the 3 oaths? They are not really malicious, but feel that the oaths are too restricting.
It's a really good question.
That is a good question. I think that if anybody, honestly, at this point, I don't think I know any of them as well as I know Leandrin. So,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
If I don't really know, but like I think maybe that could.
I mean, that might. I mean, that seems like a
They
really
might do. but
dramatic.
that's very
choice.
I would need more than just that to be like, I need to. I just don't like these 3-0s. I'm gonna go to the dark side.
We're getting this as interpolation from Egwene, right?
Side.
It's Egwene who says it seems to break the 3-0s. Like, is it even true? I mean, why? How does she know that? Have they seen a lie, or is it just them interpreting her through the framework of their own worldview and understanding? I mean,
that's a good point. That's a good point, man.
Yeah.
All right, Dan. But once a show, it just seems to happen organically. It really doesn't have to be related to anything. They just start saying it.
Yeah, I'll just dance behind scenes for that one. That was for you guys.
Yeah, we got the cha-cha.
You did.
This chapter ends with Moraine banging into the room. Elaine is sheepish behind her, staring at her feet. And it says, for once the Aes Sedai serenity had vanished, fury painted her face.
Thank you, Diljit. Nice.
And that's how it ends. Was there anything that else that we wanted to talk about that chapter specifically?
No, but I did think it was cool to see their interpersonal stuff too, Kay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot.
Do you like that they're slow rolling this relationship between Nynaeve and Lan and not just jumping in episode 7?
A little.
Okay.
Yes, I actually do appreciate the slow roll of this.
I will mention one more thing for this chapter.
Wheel of Thrones.
There's
I'm not going there, Joshua, yet. We'll give it season 2. You know what? Season 2 of The Witcher was fucking fabulous. I loved it. I think season 2 of a lot of things are great, and season 1 sucks. And I didn't think season 1 sucked, so I'm just putting it out there. But
is season 2? Yeah.
I didn't think it sucked.
I thought it could be better. For sure.
I say it got further away from the books.
I have lots of high hopes for season 2. I think it's going to be fabulous. I think it's going to totally just like
the science fiction,
the name of Wheel of Time, and like pump all the juice back into all these fans.
I love that they tied back
that have needed it after the little bit of a deflation. So
deflation, yeah. I mean, I love that they tied back the science fiction. The that we see a shot from presumably the very high rises that we see in the first episode, covered in vines. That in episode 7, that we saw a shot out of the window with the spaceships, and I don't know.
Yeah. Did you like the spaceships, Josh?
Maybe they're not spaceships, more like ornithopters, but
ornithopters.
Ornithopter-esque.
Like the ones that are dangled by a string?
No, ornithopters that have
that sounds like an ornithopter,
wings that
like
flap.
It's an ornament, but
something
that
would be an ornamentopter.
Ornamentopter.
Okay. No.
All right, so
imitation.
All right, you're glad they scaled back the sci-fi, or
I'm glad that they engaged it completely.
Okay, they're all in on it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So do you think we'll see more of that in season 2?
I'm expecting so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm expecting like a split future past kind of thing going on in season 2.
Yeah, me too.
like a far
which
future,
is cool
far
because,
past
like,
high technology.
Yeah,
current
far
day.
past future,
Mhm.
whatever the fuck. Because for us it's different, but for them it's for the Wheel of Time it's
Mhm.
for them. Yeah, them, the proverbial them. Which would be
Todd comes in.
us.
Season 2 will be lit as fuck. All right.
Todd.
Bringing it back
Wanna
around
put
to the
money on
ass
that?
fuck.
Yeah.
After
I
fire,
like
isn't it?
After
No,
fire.
he's like saying is.
All right, let me actually pull back to this chapter real fast.
Tie it up, Dan. Tie it up.
There's a point I wanted to address. There was Avienda, while looking at Amiko's face, she says, quote, Amiko's face. She does not have the look she did, as if the years had passed her by. Not as much as she did. Is that because she was stilled?
I love that you brought this up.
And when they examined her, it said Amiko looked young, perhaps younger than her years, but it was not quite the agelessness of Aes Sedai, who had worked years with the One Power. So
I went back and forth.
to me.
At first,
Yeah.
I thought, like, okay, totally was just like caught in this not aging situation because she was stilled. And I was like, ooh, she's stilled, so she's like frozen in time. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, it sounds like she's actually aged.
Opposite
more.
would be true. Right.
Right.
She's
the
lost
opposite
her
is
protection.
She's lost the ability to age gracefully or like to not age, right? That's actually the so I was like, ah, and then figured that out. Once I did, it was.
But she got younger though, right?
It said she looked perhaps younger than her years.
But not younger than she did. Younger than her years yet. But not that she looked younger than she had.
But it
previously.
was not quite the agelessness.
It wasn't the agelessness that
of an Aes
a woman
Sedai,
who
like,
can touch the one true source.
So an Aes
One
Sedai
Power.
would have looked younger at that point in time, is what I understood now.
She looked older
would
than
have,
she did,
right?
but still younger than her years. That's how I read it. Are we agreeing?
Older. I think I'm not sure. Actually,
I'm not sure if she looked older. I don't see
thought
that
she
in the
looked-
text at all.
I thought she looked older than than she would have looked if she had been an Aes Sedai, but that she was
What page is
also
this on,
not
Dan?
aging as quickly or something. But I feel very confused by the whole thing, so I'm glad we're talking about it. Which, again, I'm glad you brought it up, and I'm so sorry that we're like maybe going into this. But yeah, it's
I always taken it to mean that
fascinating.
they kind of go back to the age
And I'm
they
like, girl,
started.
give me some of what you got if you're not aging at all and you're not an Aes Sedai. Like, what is that? That's not Botox. That's something better.
Well, this
She,
was
okay, here it is. She does not have the look she did as if the years had passed her by. Not as much as she did. That is the textual evidence that I read it to be. She does not have the look she did as if the years had passed her by. That implies she looks older.
As if the years
Than she did.
Or that ageless appearance. So that's how I read it, is that the Aes Sedai, for some reason, have this...
Yeah, we know
agelessness.
agelessness.
So,
but it's not like you get younger. You probably start looking your age once that look goes away, right?
okay.
Why would you?
Yeah.
That's how I understood it too, Josh. Like,
Okay,
they
yeah, so we are
still
agreeing.
age, but they're not just like completely ageless. Like they age, but much more slowly. But this
she looks
person
younger than her age.
specifically-
Yeah, she still looks younger than she would if she was not
Yes.
a woman who had ever channeled.
Yes.
Correct.
But she is older looking than she was when she was an Aes Sedai because the years have quote unquote caught up with her to some degree because now she's
Okay.
still.
Right
Yes.
on. Yeah. Let me ask one more question. We see the treatment of these two women. They are bound, their heads, they cannot move their hands, their head, and they have air stuffed into their ears so they can't hear anything.
It sure feels kind of like the way that the Xi-Chan treat.
It feels that weird. Okay, go ahead.
It just had echoes to me of the way that the Seichan treat the women who can channel, which is ironic given that Egwene would die rather than go back and be treated that way. There was some irony there, I thought.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Good question, Diljit.
Diljit,
Probably.
This Diljit.
They never.
Diljit, you want some of this? You're gonna try and gentle this? Force of nature, Diljit. You can't gentle this.
Diljit. The two flesh-faced people down here are a little concerned about this problem coming up in the future.
All right.
Unless anybody knows how to replicate this beautifulness.
All right, Andrel is going to work. It just dawned upon me at some point, Andrel probably pooped.
Andrel, I hope you had a good morning steamer.
He woke up, pooped, and then probably ate. Had a rock
while watching us on his phone. I bet.
Yeah, he had an energy drink.
All right,
Maybe.
So we are done with these first 5 chapters. We're gonna.
We're done.
We're just gonna do 2 chapters, I think, next week. Chapter 6 is pretty beefy.
Okay.
So we're gonna do doorways and playing with fire, chapter 6 and 7.
Nice. We also get really chatty with Todd on here,
Yeah.
And it's 5 of us, we're all bleh.
In chapter 6, the first line is a drinking obligation.
Yeah.
Randall Thor, Moraine told the air in a low, tight voice, is a mule-headed, stone-willed fool of a man. So we'll drink next week for that. Yeah. I love it.
All right, yeah.
He holds it all week, Ryan.
I don't know how to feel about that.
All right. So before we sign off, let's premiere the world premiere of a new Homunculus Rex song and concept video that Josh put together for us.
I'm excited. I haven't seen this.
Homunculus Rex is myself and this glorious man down here, Joshua.
Let's go.
And featured on this track is our friend Phil on guitar. So,
and Lucas Esther as well.
And Lucas is 2 different guitar players playing on this.
No, he's on synths.
Ah, fuck. All right. Really? Oh yeah, Lucas. Never mind.
Always.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh yeah.
Are we just ending right after it, Ryan?
Might as well.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, we'll be back next week. As always, on Tuesdays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We also do our Tavern Talk. We will do that on Sunday as well. Please like and subscribe to this video. We are part of Discord. We have a Twitter account. We have a Patreon. We have a Facebook. We're Sweep of the Nation, guys. We're everywhere. And if we have an email.
Wherever you see handsome puppets, just remember that's probably not us.
It's probably not us, but we're the other ones.
We're the other ones, yeah.
And
I have been asked this a lot. Oh my god!
Good night, everybody.
I got the sticker of those guys. Yes, different ones. Sign up.
I love you and I'm proud of you. You guys get to reading, you filthy animals. We'll see you next week. And
next week.
This is what is the name of this song?
Exide Trepidation.
Ooh,
Excited Trepidation.
Exide Trepidation.
All right, bye guys.
All right,
bye.
All right. Here it comes.
Start the other music, Ryan.
I did.
Great.
Joshua.